Hello, my name is Ophelia, and today I just wanted to share a little testimony. So just for some background, I've been going to Harvest Church my entire life. I feel like this church has been the foundation of my faith. Everything that I've learned about myself and about my relationship from God has stemmed from, this church and just the community of having everyone here who supports me and are like family to me. But this past weekend in particular, I feel like this Harvest Church has allowed me to kind of take another step in my relationship with God. I felt a transition and I felt like I moved in a direction that I've never moved in before. So I just wanted to share that with you all. So this past weekend was the youth and young adult lock-in. And just for some background, a couple days before the lock-in, I was kind of having a lot of anxiety and stress because I was unsure of what God wanted me to do in my life. I've always felt very passionate about caring for other people and being a nurse, but recently I kind of was just doubting myself, and I wasn't sure if that's what God wanted, if that was what God intended for my life. So, I was really praying for some clarity, and I feel like I really received that at the lock-in. So at the lock-in, Uncle V did an altar call, and he called up anybody who wanted to be a disciple of Christ or wanted to be used by Christ. And, I felt like that altar call was for me because of all of the worries that I was having earlier in that week. Bishop asked us to repeat the word, "As he is in you, as he is in me, I am in you." That word was really powerful for me because as I repeated those words, I felt God's presence in my life so vividly. I'd never felt it that physical. Like it really felt like he was right next to me. I'd never experienced that before. So it was really emotional for me. After that altar call, Bishop did another altar call. He called up anybody who was in any sort of pain. So there was a lot of youth and young adult that went up and they asked to be prayed for their pain. But instead of Bishop praying for them, he called up the youth and young adults to pray for the ones who were in pain. And I normally am not one to go up. I'm kind of shy. I like to stay in my corner. But after feeling God's presence, I felt called. I felt like this was an opportunity for me. So it was Caleb's turn, and Caleb was injured. He had a door that fell on his foot. He was supposed to be going to football camp in a couple days, but with this injury, he was supposed to be out for at least a month. Bishop asked if one of the women could pray for Caleb. And I felt called to do it. I didn't want to miss out on this opportunity, so I raised my hand to pray for Caleb. So Bishop guided me through the prayer. I laid my hands and I prayed for the pain. And in my head, I kept repeating, "As you are in me, I am in you." And after praying for Caleb, Bishop asked him to put some pressure on his foot. And I noticed when he put pressure on his foot, he didn't really seem to be in any pain. He wasn't wincing or anything. And he started to laugh. And honestly, in that moment when he was laughing, I kind of thought that he was, making fun of me or poking fun at me, laughing at me. But I looked up at him and he started crying. And he didn't even have to explain what had happened, but I think in that moment, everyone in the room knew that something great had happened. So I started crying because not only was that a moment of healing for Caleb, I felt like that was a moment of clarity for me. I felt like that was God reassuring me, just about my desire to be a nurse and care for other people. I felt like that God was telling me, "You're going down the right path. This is what I have planned for your life," and to just keep doing what I was doing. I was so grateful, because I knew that wasn't by my own might and by my own strength. That was simply my willingness to be used by God. And I just want everyone to know that the same way that God used me to heal Caleb is the same way that I believe any one of us, any youth and young adult, can be used as well, as long as we're willing. So I just wanted to share that testimony and just let everybody know that as long as you're willing, God will make a way.